Welcome back to Crypto Gains for another video. In this video, I want to show you some analysis on the Bitcoin chart. We're going to take a look at the monthly time frame, show you what I see. I'm using an interesting indicator today, and I think it might help you on your journey as to where we are in this market and understand it a bit better. If it sounded interesting, did I say drop that like? Give me a subscribe if you're new watching. Let's dive into this. Need to let you know this is not financial advice. Please do your further research before you invest your money. What I'm using is Bitcoin, the index chart, which is down here, like the index one, right? So you can search it on TradingView if you like. Grab it up, I think you should. And I'm using this on the monthly time frame. I've got up the William lines. It's called the Bill Williams 3 lines. Some people call it the alligator, but I'm calling it the Bill Williams 3 lines. And again, you can grab this up, click on the 4 squares up here, and then you can click on Bill Williams and then grab this up. I'm using it in the form of traffic lights. What do I mean? Well, when you load it up, it will show blue lines. So I've changed the colors so they look more like traffic lights. So did I say traffic lines? Traffic lights. Because once you do it like this, you can get a good clean insight as to what's going on in this market, where we are, and what's going to happen in the future. It looks complicated now. I'm going to make it super simple for you guys to understand. Let's take a look back at what happened. I don't know. Let's go right back to here, 2012. Huh? 2012? 2012. 2012. 2012. Anyway, let's have a look. Every time that we saw Bitcoin's price, and again, this is on a monthly time frame, meaning each candle's worth is 1 month's worth of action. Every time we saw the price of Bitcoin above all 3 lines, we went on an absolute crazy parabolic run, and you can see it right back here from the past, and same again here. And I'm gonna, use this what's it called, the Eclipse tool, just to show you the break and where we are, and everywhere here. And let me just change this color in here. It's red. It's like an ugly looking. I want it nice, clean, and light. Here we go. So every time we had the break of these lines and the price was above all 3 lines, we went absolutely parabolic. And it shows it again here. We had a little hiccup here through the whole COVID-19 section, but again, when we were above all 3 lines, we had our massive run, right? So that's the first thing that we can see with this this price chart, this indicator. Now, let's talk about the red line. The red light, or red line, for me, symbols as, or signals, a warning sign and an opportunity sign. So what's the warning sign? We've had our massive run because the price is above all 3 lines. Notice every time that the price hit this red line and come into the red line, that was it. That was our warning sign to say, look, I think the bull cycle has topped. We are now coming into like a bear trend, and maybe you guys should consider taking some profits, because when it went into this red line, all we saw from then on was downwards action. And you can see in the past here on the 2013's top cycle, we came into the red line and then we came out the other side. And every time, sorry, my battery died. Well, it says low battery. Every time that we've seen, hopefully this is still recording. Okay, let me just check. Sorry. Yep, still here. Anyway, every time we've seen this price action go to the red line and come through it, it's always come out the other side, and you can see this true for every single cycle. So look, we have the massive run up here. It hits this red line, the price action. We come through this red light, and then all of a sudden, bang, we're out on the other side. And it's happened every time. We can even use this example here when we had this short-term rally in 2018, and then obviously this COVID section. Look what happens when it hit this red line. We came through the other side, and we came right down here. Okay, and this is basically what's happened right now in 2022. Had a massive rally. We hit this red line. Now, even though we came up for a second top, we had already pierced this red line. So that was the warning sign right here. Like, maybe this is over, guys. We pierced this red line, and we've always come through the other side. And this is where we are today. So that's what we know for the red line, right? Let's focus, and obviously the orange line is like a little amber warning, look at amber, like get yourself ready kind of thing. But let's focus on this green line. This green line is going to be the line that helps us understand when we are near enough marking the bottom. What do I mean? Well, and gearing up for ready to go. So notice this green line again, when we right back in 2013 with the massive cycle top, we came through the other side. When we came through the other side, this green line just, look at the price action. It came to the green line, and as it broke the green line, it said this is a warning sign again, saying look, we're getting close to the bottom. That's what this means. But notice when the green line crosses with the red line and the orange line, this part here seems to mark around where we are going to be forming a bottom. This part here, when this green line comes and crosses with the red and the yellow, or the red and the orange. And look at the area here that we're seeing. We're seeing the forming of a bottom. And then obviously this green line curves round, comes back below these guys. And this is what you can use this as an example for the beginning of a cycle as well. The green line comes down and it comes underneath. This is the sign of, we're out of this bottom, what it's been forming, and we're now starting to go on a new rally. Right? Hopefully I haven't made it sound too complicated so far. But when you see this green line cross with these red and this yellow line, we're forming some kind of a base, a bottom, right? And that holds true from, all cycles. Again, monthly time frame, right? So we look here, we saw this green line come up. The price action pierced through the red, through the orange. It pierced through the green line. And shortly after it pierced through the green line, we saw this green line cross with the red and the yellow, and that signaled that we could be forming the bottom of the market, the bottom of this cycle. And if I highlight all this area here, you can see where the green comes across, hits the red and the orange. Look at where it's doing it at the bottoms of the cycle. So what do we see going forward? Where are we now? What's going on? What's going to happen? And the crazy thing is, had we been watching this all along, we would have been able to see that we actually got still more room to come down. Because when you look at the price action of where we are now, we broke this green line at the prices of $36,000. And look at where the red is over here. So, again, what do we know? When the green line crosses with the red and the orange, that usually signals that we're forming the bottoms of a market. So according to this was the bottom of the market here. I'm just going to highlight it again like this. And then where we are now, we could be seeing, and the makings of the bottom of the market, all this area here. When we go back real quick to this one here, take a look at this red line, right? The red light. When we broke it, that was a good sign that the end of the market is finished and that we could begin in a new trend, a bull cycle trend. The orange line works as your confirmation. So you come above the red line. The orange light is like, this is confirming this now. We're going into it. And then obviously the green light says, this is it. We're getting ready to go. And this is when we see price action above all three lines again. Same works for here. 2018's bottom of the cycle. We pierced through this red line. That was a sign saying, look, you've seen the bottom of the market. We're clear from that now. We're coming through. Our amber light is going to give us the confirmation that we're out of this bear cycle. And then the green light, when we're on top of it, things go, usually parabolic. But again, this one happened quite fast, When you see price action move up this fast in a short space of time, sometimes it's not healthy. And that's why we saw this correction, and most people will probably class this as a double bottom, because you got the first one here and you got another one here where the COVID came down and hit it for a second bottom, right? So that was that. Let's see where we are now, because if this red line indicates that, once we pass this red line, that's it. We've seen the bottom. The bottom's past us now. We may not be far off, because look at this. Maybe within the next month or two or three, we could see this price, unless it happens next month. We just see a big green candle come up like this. But we're getting close to this red line. So once we hit this red line and break this red line, that's it. The bottom was in. You've missed it if you didn't buy it. All this area here would have been classed as the bottom of the line, because like I said, when the green line crosses with the red and the orange, that's our signal that we're forming the base. Once we break this red line, just like what happened in the past, that's it. We've missed it. That was your opportunity. That was a whole window of opportunity to be buying crypto whilst it was cheap. So let me just get rid of this. Whilst it is mega cheap, right? So that was it. Or Bitcoin, whichever one. Usually, like when Bitcoin falls, the rest of the market falls, right? And that's what we see. So take this as an opportunity right now to be stocking up on crypto. That is not financial advice, but this is your window of opportunity right here. This whole gold, you know, this yellowy circle, this is a window of opportunity to be stacking up on all the coins that you love. And this is what I recommend people doing, because once we break this red line, that's it. We're going to see some fireworks. And notice the curve of the green line. Look, it's curving down. It's coming round like that, just like what it did here. This one here, it curved round, ready to, you know, rise again for the cycle. And just like what it did here, look, the curve, it's curving round. When we break all three lines, that's it. We're going on an insane parabolic run. Probably one that we have never seen before in our lives. I think it's going to be more fierce. And I said this before. This one was a crazy rally, but I think the next one's going to be more fierce. I think you're going to see prices move so crazy that it's going to shock a lot of people. So prepare for this. Seeing the curve in the green line come down. Once we get this price action break above all three, watch what happens in the future. And I'm going to bring an update on this indicator as well, because I think it's powerful and you guys should pay attention to it. Guys, I'm going to leave it here. If this was helpful, drop that like, give me a subscribe if you're new watching. Thank you for watching. A bit of a what is it called? A froggy throat or something in the throat. Anyway, and yeah, you know, I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video, and I'll keep bringing more on this because I think it's definitely worth taking a look at. Cheers.